Saurabh Gupta, CFO of Dixon Technologies, is with us. We have a power-packed IMO this morning. Mr. Gupta, very good morning and welcome to NDTV Profit. Great to speak with you. Let me start with
Good morning.
Great. Now, so let me start with the fact that now that we have the budget date and a lot of focus on the PLI schemes, I want to get a sense from you where and what you expect in terms of announcements in the budget and on the PLI schemes as well. I mean, all over the news reports that you're talking to global players in the laptop space. Why don't you tell us more about that at the outset?
Yeah, so like any industry, we've also given a wish list to the finance minister, and there have been a lot of articles, media news lately. So we expect a couple of things. One, we expect that the reduced taxation rate of 15%, which was earlier applicable, and later on it was last financial year or this financial year it ended. We want the government to renew it for the manufacturing sector. So a reduced taxation of 15% should come in for the manufacturing companies. Second, I would say that a lot of PLIs have been there for the finished products. So we expect that the government might come out with another PLI for specifically for electronic components, critical electronic components, because a large part of imports is still being done through of those electronic components. So we expect that the government will come out with a PLI for electronic components. So these are the two things which we expect, and among a lot of smaller things as well. Yeah.
Okay, let me come to what is happening with Dixon right now, and I think the latest comment that I've seen of yours everywhere, Saurabh, is about how you are in conversation with global players for IT hardware segment. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so IT hardware is a large opportunity for us after mobiles. Clearly, there's a lot of import substitution opportunity in India. And government has brought about two things in order to incentivize domestic manufacturing. One, they have made the PLI more attractive by increasing the budgetary outlay. And also they have put some kind of a restriction on imports. Of course, that has been extended, but hopefully by October, that restriction should come into the place. For us, we have already signed contracts with Lenovo and Acer, which are, of course, have decent market shares in the Indian IT industry. And we are in discussion with more global brands. So for some of them, we will start the production this year. And for some of the global brands that we are in discussion, hopefully we should start the production by next financial year.
Morning, Neeraj here.
Hi, Neeraj. Good morning.
This whole thing around mobiles, right? I mean, there is some conversation around display modules and a partnership and manufacturing there. And just the overall production of mobile and the share of mobiles in your books aids revenue. Will you be able to contain the dip in margins out there in that business? And two, anything on the anvil that is really large, which you are pursuing and you can share with us will be great on the mobile side.
Yeah, so mobile, Neeraj, we have put a capacity which is almost 50% of the total Android market in India. And we have a very strong order book. So this year we are looking at 29 million phones as compared to 6.97 million smartphones that we did last year. And hopefully those numbers should grow for us in next financial year as well. We have ramped up for some of the customers and we are in the process of adding some more large customers. Some of them, the production should happen in the second half of this financial year, which will of course give us numbers for full year numbers for next financial year. So mobile, the biggest thing, of course, from addition of more players in this category, we think the mobile display is a large opportunity for us. There's a big business case because of the duty arbitrage, and you already have a large customer base. So that mobile display project that we have signed up, and hopefully it should start reflecting in the numbers from next financial year, that will be very much highly margin accretive for us with strong ROCs and very quick paybacks for us. And similarly, we look at getting to more components in mobiles because that is the largest play. So you will see more such partnerships and JVs on component side as far as the mobiles is concerned. The other big piece is I mentioned to you that we are in discussion with large global brands on IT hardware side. So IT hardware over a period of time, over the next 2 years, can also become a large opportunity for us.
Saurabh, unfortunately, we are short of time, but it's also Samina joining in. I know recently you've talked about how growth is going to come in through joint ventures as opposed to acquisitions, because of course the price tag is much lower there. Give me a sense of what is happening on the HKC JV. Is it margin accretive? And also going into the next couple of years, so if you look out maybe 2 to 3 years, what is your revenue mix going to look like? Because I know there's a entry into refrigerators, the new products added to your JV with Airtel means a 200-250% sort of growth. I mean, these are phenomenal numbers, but for the business, top 3 revenue generators and update on HKC.
Yeah, so top 3 revenue generators clearly will be led by mobiles, and this year it will be consumer electronics, LED TV as a category. Hopefully in the next few years, I think so after mobiles, IT hardware can become a large opportunity for us, and it should be the second largest contributor to mobiles. HKC JV HKC is one of the largest display manufacturing company globally. So we are looking to set up a large capacity of almost 20-25 million for mobile display. Later in the second phase, we will take the mobile display to around 45 million and also get into the IT hardware display, because that's also required as part of the IT hardware PLI. And also you can look into getting into other display categories, because HKC as a company is into displays for all kind of products. So that will be really highly margin accretive. So yes, mobile as a business, it is a slightly lower EBITDA margin, but when you get into components, it helps generate that additional margin. And also at the simultaneously, you're getting into categories like refrigerators, where again, we've got a large order book. Again, it's an ODM business for us, which also generates that 9.5% margin for us. So there are a lot of businesses which are, of course, margin accretive, and there's some businesses which will pull down the margins, but we hope to maintain margins at around sub 4% even for this financial year.
Saurabh, would have loved to talk more, but I understand we'll save some ammo for when you come out with your numbers and officially can talk numbers. But, well, kudos to you guys on doing the job that you're doing. All the best with the quarters ahead.
Thanks a lot.